Hello my Beatles friends, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm gonna show you only one item, but this is gonna be a discussion video because there is one problem that I would like to discuss and clarify. I've been ignoring and neglecting deliberately this topic for a long time because I thought, okay, Western people, don't go into details about this topic. But recently, I watched a video of one famous YouTube celebrity entrepreneur that teaches people how to earn money, and he has a big mouth. I'm not gonna mention his name, he's bald, by the way. And he has millions of subscribers. And in one of his videos, he said the following thing. As you all know, I was born in Georgia in USSR, and since 1991 my country Georgia is independent country, and by coincidence there is also Georgia state in United States. So he said something like that. There was a conversation, I can't quote, but I will explain you what I mean. He said, this guy is from Georgia. And this famous YouTube celebrity, he says, which Georgia? Georgia, United States, or Georgia, Russia? And here I have to stop. So, which means he says, somewhere there in Eastern Europe, everything is Russia, and there is a thing which is called Georgia that is part of Russia. And that's what people hear while listening to his videos. And that's what people think. So I'm here to clarify something. People in New Zealand don't like to be called Australians. People in Dublin don't like to be called Great Britain. And so on. India is no longer part of United Kingdom, right? Okay? Czechoslovakia was separated to two countries, Czechia and Slovakia. Yugoslavia is also separated to Croatia, Serbia, Macedonia, and so on. Okay? My country, Georgia, was part of USSR. Also Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Latvia, Litva, 14 countries, plus Russia were part of USSR. So Georgia never was, never will be, and is not part of Russia. Now, since we in Beatles community always talk about this album, how do you Western people in United States and England and Australia and everywhere, how do you refer to this album? Also in Wikipedia, it says also known as Russian album. So I'm here to tell you people, this is not a Russian album. This album is called Paul McCartney Back in the USSR album, which was released in USSR in 1988. Okay? It has nothing to do with Russia. It's not a Russian album. Now, there were 6 different factories in Soviet Union that pressed records. Riga, which is Latvia. Georgia, Tbilisi. Tbilisi is Georgia. Tashkent, and 3 factories which are on territory of Russia: Leningrad, Moscow, and Aprelevsky. But this album is Soviet album pressed in USSR, and yes, by coincidence pressed on territory of Russia, but it's not Russian album. It was also pressed in Georgia and in Latvia and in Tashkent. Okay? So why do you people call it a Russian album? It's not a Russian album. For example, if I say Beatles' Sgt. Pepper album was pressed in India, do you call it Indian press or you call it Great Britain press? Okay, that was really, that was really insulting when he said Georgia, Russia. Like he says, I don't care. It's somewhere there. No, it's not. It's an independent country, just like Ukraine, just like Litva, Latvia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. All those countries and Russia are absolutely independent from each other. And neither of those countries is part of Russia. Those 15 countries, including Russia, were part of USSR. Okay, it's two different things. So, this is not Russian album. This is a Soviet album. Okay? Yes, text here is written in Russian. Okay. But all those 15 countries have their own languages. That somebody decided that Russian is better. But no, I speak Georgian as my mother language and also Russian. So why don't you call it a Georgian album? Many of you out there have this album pressed in Tashkent, Tbilisi and Riga, which is not Russia, but you still call it a Russian. Okay? Call it Latvian album, call it Georgian album. Why you call it Russian? Why do you refer to all 14 independent countries to as one Russia? Okay, we are independent, just like Japan. Belgium has freedom, right? Remember that movie? Yeah. So please, I'm begging you, I'm asking you, for a favor, Stop referring to Georgia, Ukraine, and all the countries as Russia. Stop referring to this album as Russian album. This is not Russian album. This is Soviet album, USSR album. Here is written back in the USSR. It's not Choba BCCCP. Okay? It's back in the USSR. Okay? Never here on this album is mentioned Russia. None. Even Paul McCartney's quote says USSR. Okay, and after hearing this video of this famous YouTube celebrity, I was insulted, I was hurt, and I didn't like it. Okay, so I'm here to clarify, people in Beatles community or vinyl community, this is not Russian album. This is Soviet album back in the USSR, and those pressings that were pressed outside of Russian territory, like Riga, Tbilisi, Tashkent, and so on, have nothing to do with Russia at all. Okay? Once again, people in New Zealand hate to be called Australians, right? Think about it. Me, as a Georgian, hate to be called Russian. I'm not Russian. Okay? 30 years ago, my country got independence. That's still referred to as Russia. All right? So, thank you very much. This was, just a little educative video. And all my new finds video will be posted next week. Okay? Thank you very much and bye-bye.